Hey guys, welcome to this lecture on combining and separating objects in Blender. As you can see, we're going to continue on with the little monkey that we started making in the last lecture. And I'm going to try to go over how to break things up a little bit. So let me give you a reason why you might want to do this. Let's say I've built out this monkey and I'm really happy with it, and I want to start getting in and start tweaking objects separately that make the monkey up. So I want to start animating the eyes, or I want to refine this cap, be able to take it off the head, things like that. Well, right now everything's one object. So if I go in and right click and I move this around, everything is going to be moving together. And that may be what you want, but bear in mind you're not going to be able to really animate any of the stuff in here unless you separate it. So let's talk about how to do that. If I go into edit mode and I want to separate something, first I've got to select it. So for the eyes, remember we talked about how to select everything that's linked. If I go over the eye itself and I hit L, it's going to select everything that's linked. I can do the same thing for the other eye. And now I've just got the eyes. So if I move those around, you can see they can completely come out of the head and they're separated. But they're only separated from the rest of the object in edit mode. The minute I go back out into object mode, they're still connected. So how do I get these out of this model into their own separate object? Well, if you have a selection, all you have to do is hit P on the keyboard for separate, and it will allow you to separate by selection, material, or just everything in the model that's not connected, so by loose parts. So we could do this, but I'm just going to go ahead and do selection. So now if I hit tab to go back to object mode, if I right click the monkey, I've got the monkey, and if I right click the eyes, I've got the eyes. So now I've got everything separated into different objects, and if I do different operations on them, you can see they're affected separately. Well, let's do the same thing with the hat. So I've got the hat up here. I'm going to go back to face mode, and I'm going to try to quickly get this selected by going to the C command for circle select. And I'm just going to drag. So remember, if you middle mouse button drag, you're going to unselect. So hit escape, rotate around, and then select. And this one face, get that one, and then I'm going to get these. Okay. So we've got the hat. Now, it doesn't matter if it's connected in here. If I hit P and then selection, now it's not connected. Now, there's going to be a hole here. So if you were going to animate this, you'd want to come back in and fill the hole in the monkey's head up, and make sure that once you take the hat off, there's something there. But we're not going to do that because it's not necessary. So if we've got the hat here, bear in mind now we can alter the hat, rearrange things, make it a little bigger, things like that. So it's pretty handy to be able to separate objects like that. But let's say, all right, well, the hat's good, I like that, separate. But I don't really need to move the eyes around for whatever reason. They still need to be part of the monkey's head. So now I want to go back the other way. Well, all you have to do is select whatever you want to join, select what you want to join it to, and then hit Control J for join, and now they're the same object again. So if I move this around, now the eyes are connected. Now bear in mind, they're not connected, that we haven't joined anything. So if we go back in, we can still move these around separately in edit mode. But Blender's going to look at this as one complete object in object mode. And so that's how you combine and separate things in object mode. And that's going to be really handy. So in the next lecture, I'm going to briefly discuss modifiers and how incredibly powerful they can be in helping you sort of do advanced modifications to your models. And they're going to help you start building more complex objects in your projects and make things easier than ever to start building some sweet looking objects. So we're going to get into that in the next lecture.